Hi, everybody. Welcome to Katie in the Morning. I'm Katie Page, Director of Member Relations at the National Association of Healthcare Assistants. Yesterday on Katie in the Morning, we talked about Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Well, October is also another kickoff of another awareness campaign. Flu season has started. Actually, I think it started a little early this year because I've heard several people are kind of down and out with the respiratory stuff. But flu season's official season is October 1st through March, 30 days in September, April, June, and November. So 31st of March. So today we're going to talk about the flu shot. You may have heard us talk about this a few weeks ago on the NACA break room. But I just wanted to break it down a little bit more for you guys, kind of tell you what influenza really is, what the stats, the numbers are, what amount of protection you'll get from the flu shot, that sort of thing. So let's jump right into it. Getting the flu shot often protects you from coming down with the flu, and although the flu shot doesn't always provide total protection, it is definitely worth getting. Some of the signs and symptoms of influenza are actually headache, fever, runny nose, cough, sore throat, and body ache. A lot of people get the flu confused with the GI bug. The GI bug is more of like the throwing up, diarrhea, upset stomach, that sort of thing. Influenza is actually a respiratory infection or virus, not a stomach virus. So when you think about it, it's a lot harder to get rid of the flu than it is a GI bug because the GI bug kind of flushes through your system. It comes out one way or the other. Influenza is a little harder to get out because really the only reactive actions that your body has is the fever, the phlegmy cough, runny nose, that sort of thing. That's your body trying to get rid of that virus. So let's take another closer look at the influenza and what you might expect from the annual flu shot. This year's annual flu shot will offer protection against 3 or 4 of the influenza viruses expected to be in circulation this flu season. Influenza is a respiratory infection that can cause serious complications, particularly to younger children, older adults, and people with certain medical conditions that may have, I'm kind of ad-libbing here, may have lower tolerance when it comes to their immune system. Why do I need to get vaccinated every year? Flu viruses evolve so quickly, last year's vaccination may not protect you from this year's viruses. New flu vaccinations are released every year to keep up with the rapidly adapting flu viruses. So that's why it's so important for you to go back year after year, is to kind of try and keep up with the tides as far as the virus evolution, so to speak, comes. When it comes to the influenza virus, there are certain age groups that are affected more profoundly than others. The children with younger in age, the CDC recommends annual influenza vaccinations for everyone under the age of 6 months and older. Everyone the age of 6 months and older. Vaccination is especially important for people that have a high risk of influenza complications, including pregnant women, older adults, younger children. Children between the ages of 6 months and 8 years need to have 2 doses of the flu vaccination given at least 4 weeks apart to be fully protected. I believe that's because they have a little bit altered flu vaccination because of their lower amount of immune system reaction time. They have to give it to them in lower doses. I mean, that kind of makes sense. You give kids less Tylenol than you would as an adult, so less flu virus vaccinations than you would as an adult as well. That's who should get the flu vaccination. We're going to take a short break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this just a little bit more.
Tune in to CNA TV every Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Time for long-term care news with Dane Henning.
Welcome back to Katie in the Morning. Today we're talking about the flu shot. So what kind of protection does the flu shot actually provide for you? Reviews of the past studies have found that on average, the flu vaccination is about 60% effective for adults between the ages of 18 and 64 years of age. The vaccination may sometimes be less effective, but it can also be more effective too. So some years it can be up to 90% effective when it comes to preventing the flu. Here's some tips for you guys to kind of boost that virus killing vaccination or that virus preventing vaccination. Make sure that you're eating healthy. Make sure that you're getting plenty of water. Make sure that you are washing your hands. Make sure that you are disposing of Kleenexes, hankies, anything that you can think of that you're coughing or sneezing into, and dispose of them right away. Can I lower my risk of flu without getting the flu shot? Yes, actually, you can. The flu vaccination is your best defense against the flu, but there are additional steps you can take to help protect yourself from the flu and other viruses. These steps include washing your hands often and thoroughly with soap and water. Use an alcohol-based sanitizer on your hands if soap and water are not available. Avoid touching your eyes, nose, or mouth whenever possible. Avoid crowds when the flu is most prevalent in your area. Practice good health habits, get plenty of sleep, exercise regularly, drink plenty of fluids, eat nutritious diet, and manage your stress level. That's one of the things we're going to talk about later this week, or maybe Monday we'll go through that one, is identifying your stress factors and how to prevent yourself from getting overstressed. But when it comes to the flu shot, please, please, please think about everybody else that you're protecting besides yourself. This is your family, this is your children, this is your community, this is your friends, and of course, this is your residents. Just think about that on a daily basis if you're kind of on the borderline or on the border or on the edge of getting your flu shot. Take a second look at this segment, and I hope by the end of it, it will kind of push you towards getting the flu shot as opposed to not getting it. I thank you guys all for joining me today, and I will see you right back here tomorrow for Katie in the Morning.